I remember one evening I was invited to a friend of mine's house for dinner. I remember it was him and his wife and their 2 children. Their son was about 5 or 6 years old and the girl was about 10. And we just had a nice, pleasant conversation over dinner, good food, good wine. And I remember at a certain point, the 2 kids asked me if I had any kids. And so I said, yes, I have a son named Joshua. And I remember telling them about Joshua. And one of the things I remember I was telling them was that at the end of every day, when it was time for him to go to bed, I used to tuck him in and then I would lay down next to him and we would just talk about his day, about how it went and what he was going to do the next day. Then I would tell him a story and he would go to sleep. And I remember that another thing I said was that just about every night when he gets tucked in, he asked me, can you go get a bottle of water for me, Papa? And so, in the beginning, he was just so cute. He was just so cute and adorable. And so I was just so happy to do something for him, because, it was my son and everything. And I would always go get the water. And then one day, after a few years, when I thought he was ready, he asked me that question again. He said, Papa, can you go get me some water, please? And I said, I think it's time. And so I told him, I said, son, tonight I'm going to do you a big favor and I'm not going to go get the water. And he was like, why? And I said, because if every night you know that you want water, why don't you go get it? Why don't you just bring it with you? Why I got to get up and go get the water, So he wasn't very happy that evening. But he learned the lesson, and from then on, he would bring water to his bedside before he got in bed. So you might be asking yourself, so why am I telling you this story? What does this have to do with me? Well, if you're a small business owner, if you manage people, for example, or if you have kids, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to make you think. So one of the things that I see as a business leadership coach, having worked with hundreds of companies now and small businesses, what I see is that there's a lot of managers and entrepreneurs whose days are full. They need more hours in the day, but they just can't find them. And they complain and they ask me for advice on how can they organize their time better. So I ask questions, I try to delve and understand a little bit more about why they have this problem. And one of the things that they tell me is because one of the things I have to do every day is to solve problems. And so I said, well, help me understand what that means. Well, people come to my office and some of my employees and they ask me questions and then I have to give them the answers and I have to resolve the problems. And I was like, oh, okay. So you resolve the problems for them all the time. Well, most of the time. So the question is, and thinking about this metaphor, you don't have a lot of time on your hands because you're always going to get the water instead of teaching them how to get their own water. You're resolving their problems that they have, instead of teaching them how to resolve the problems themselves. See what I'm saying? So, like I said, not here to tell you what to do, just here to give you some food for thought. See you in the next video.